Hello, my friends. We're going to be talking about Jesus today. I'm just going to put that out there. If you don't want to hear anything about Jesus, turn it off. That's fine. I am a proud Roman Catholic. I have had many years where I was not practicing my faith, where I was angry at God and the world. And for many years, my heart was very hard against everything. It took not having a job, having negative several $100s in my bank account due to stupid overdraft fees, not being able to find a job after I left one, and just being at the lowest of the low. And I woke up one Sunday morning and was like, I'm going to go to Mass today. I went to the 7 o'clock Mass and started going every week. And when I was there, I wasn't fully participating. I wasn't truly listening to everything. I wasn't feeling God. I didn't feel my relationship with him. I didn't feel my Father there. I didn't see him. I didn't hear him. I was empty, but I was going because there was something inside of me that just said, go, keep going, keep going. When Squatch and I decided to get married, I didn't want to get married in the church. We found a gorgeous little farm that we ended up getting married at, and I wrote the ceremony that my godmother performed for us because she had gotten the ordination online several years prior for her niece's wedding. So I was like, well, I'd love you to marry us, But we still had our marriage convalidated in the church. So the week after we got married, we had the deacon perform the blessing, so that our marriage is recognized by the church. And when we were going through the pre-Cana courses, I started it's not that I felt that relationship with God, but I realized I was truly on the path to having that relationship once again. And after I had Mr. Man, I was like, well, of course he's getting baptized. He's going to be raised in the Catholic Church. We both agreed to that. And for Squatch, it was important that we raise our children with religion because he wasn't raised with anything. So I spent the summer after I had Mr. Man working with my mother to repurpose her wedding dress into our new family baptismal gown. And we had him baptized at the end of the summer. And I didn't take him to Mass regularly. I didn't really go regularly. I was just like, my husband's not going to come with me. I don't want to be there on my own with the baby. So I didn't go. Maybe once every other month I'd watch Mass on a Sunday online, but I stopped the regular Mass attendance. And it's not like I didn't have a good church. I found a great church down the street from our apartment. But it didn't feel like home. So fast forward to 2023, I woke up January 1st. And I had I could feel myself being called to find my spiritual home. And I opened up YouTube that morning like I usually do. And the first thing that I saw was the Catechism in a Year with Father Mike Schmitz. I watched and listened every day for all of 2023. I learned more in that 1 year than I did in all of my years of CCD, in all of my catechism that I went through with the church, through communion and confirmation, and even our pre-marriage classes. I learned more in that 1 year than I had in the 30, almost 40 years prior. I started looking to see what churches were in the area. I knew we have a Catholic church around the corner from my house, and I took bug there. We went to a Saturday night mass when Squatch and Mr. Man were down in Illinois. And I walked in and I was kind of off-putting to see the guitar lady up at the front, and the church was built in the 60s, so it's got that more modernistic affect. But what stood out to me was that all the extraordinary ministers of communion and the ushers, they were all women. And my first thought was, where are the men? Where is your Knights of Columbus? And in the fact that we had an Indian priest who you couldn't understand, and I was like, it's not going to work for me. A few weeks later, I went to, a few weeks later, it ended up being Easter a few weeks after that, so we walked around the corner to go to Mass there, just because we had tried to go to Palm Sunday at the parish where we currently attend, and half of their parking lot was taken up by a giant mound of snow because we just had a big, huge snowfall. And the parking lot was packed, the streets were packed, there was no parking. So we just came home, watched Mass on TV. The following week for Easter, we said we're just going to go around the corner. So we did, and we really didn't enjoy it. I was already just kind of like not feeling it. Squatch really wasn't feeling it. So the following Sunday, I said, well, let's go to St. Joe's. So we drove into town. Found a spot somewhat near the back of the church. I think we went to the Saturday night mass, actually. I think we went to the vigil mass on Saturday. Yeah, because we did the Saturday night mass for the first few weeks. And you guys, we walked in and I was like, this is it. Mass hadn't even started. It was just, when you're home, you know. And we had Father Ed say Mass that day. He had been the pastor. He retired shortly after that. But since then, I think we've missed maybe, in the past 2 years, maybe 10 masses. And that's either for sickness or for being out of town. So we did the Catechism in a Year. We became parishioners. I signed Mr. Man up for Catechesis of the Good Shepherd, which is an awesome program that our diocese offers to families with younger children. It's in Montessori style, and it just helps them truly experience the life of Jesus and see how he was a real person and explore all of that. He's in his second year now. And that fall of 2023, sorry, Squatch, unbeknownst to me, reached out to the church and said he wanted to join the Catholic Church. So it's been eye-opening because I had spent that year going through the Catechism in a Year. Last year, I didn't do Father Mike's Bible in a Year. I found, I was using the YouVersion app, and they had multiple Bible in a Year programs on there, and I found one that I did that was start at Genesis, end at Revelation. None of this back and forth and jumping all around like Father Mike does. I know there's a rhyme and a reason to it, but I just needed to just bing, bang, boom, go from the beginning to the end. So I did the Bible in a year last year. This year, Father Mark Mary Ames has started the Rosary in a year. So I have been listening to that, and I had 2020, I actually was like, I'm going to start praying my Rosary daily. So I was doing the Rosary every day, 2020, 21, 22, into 23. Last year, I fell away from that. I didn't make the time. This year, while I'm not necessarily praying the Rosary every day, I'm actually learning more about it. We're still going through the mysteries. So today we learned about the mystery of the Visitation and learned more about that. But it's been a journey. And I realized recently that while I'm on this journey, while I'm learning more, I still don't feel God. I don't see him. I don't hear him. And it's been hard. It was difficult, especially because I realized that. And Monday night, I braved the weather up here in Hoth. Guys, I need a tauntaun or something because it's been ridiculously cold the last couple of days, but it's going to be the 40s this weekend. Well, I'll take it. But when I was there, one of the things that the gal who was leading our discussion said, she brought up with God, nothing is impossible. And behold, the handmaid of the Lord, be it done unto me according to thy word. And folks, for the past 7 months, I have been praying the Angelus every day at noon. I've been saying that every day. Behold, the handmaid of the Lord, be it done unto me according to thy word. But I never truly tied that in to, with God, nothing is impossible. Or if you've heard it, with God, all things are possible. Until Monday night. And everything's changed since then. I can't quite explain it, but I feel like I'm starting to see him, that I'm hearing him, that I'm starting to feel his presence in my life. And it's beautiful and scary at the same time, because one of the things that Squatch has said is he doesn't understand how you just offer it up to God, how you give him the control. And I said, babe, I don't understand it. I've been doing this my whole life and I don't know. But through him, nothing is impossible, you guys. And when you realize that, the emotions it brings, the feelings, it's overwhelming, and I'm still trying to work through it all. But just remember that. Through him, nothing is impossible. And if you don't quite know what to say, just remember, be it done unto me according to thy word. So, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And we'll chat later. Bye.